Now that trade's another thing I have on here. What did you think about the KD trade? How did that change? Any opinions for you on the Rockets?
I literally think the Rockets. I think, if the Warriors were healthy, they would have made the finals and probably won the finals. They weren't.
I don't know.
And I think the team that played them the best. I think the team that played them the best was the Rockets. Without Steph, it's just two different teams, and that's the thing with the Rockets. They needed a Steph, they needed a KD, they needed someone who could go out there and efficiently score consistently. They were missing that. They have a lot of great players, a lot of great pieces who can do different things. Like Sengun can rebound the ball, he can pass the ball well and give you some points. He can play some pretty good defense. Thompson's the best defender in the league, in my opinion. He can bring you a spark here and there.
Or you could argue his brother, but either way, it's a Thompson.
I think it's that one. Fred VanVleet showed up a couple games offensively. He plays good defense as well. Like, they're a good defensive team with a defensive-minded coach. They need a guy, though, who could consistently give you over 25 a game efficiently, and that's what they got. I think that was perfect for them. Since then, they've added, Capella, and I think, Steven Adams, and
maybe they re-signed Steven Adams.
They added Capella. They
DFS.
And Dorian Finney-Smith, they're trying to build the depth now. I think they're looking, to me, they'd be the favorite to win it all.
Because to me, in that playoff series, they were thinking Jalen Green was going to be that guy. And in game 2, he was that guy. And the rest of the series, I'd have it right here.
If he was the guy if he was Kevin Durant that whole series, they won the series. They took him out and put Kevin Durant in.
He was 4th in that series in scoring with 13 points a game. Sengun was 1st with 21. VanVleet with 19. Thompson with 16. Now, those guys probably don't have that high of scoring, but then you got a guy in Durant that's actually going to score 34 points.
If they can stay in the same ballpark, maybe lose a couple points each because Kevin Durant's going to be a little bit more.
Thompson might add. You have to think of a guy like VanVleet.
He's on the rise.
Right. He's rising.
Yeah.
He could at the very least, stay in the same area.
Right.
The
worst.
The thing to me that worked out for them was re-signing Steven Adams and a Clint Capella, because somebody said the adjustment they made that series was putting Steven Adams in just to out-rebound everybody on the offensive boards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think, like you said, VanVleet is another guy who could score, but he can't be your leading scorer.
No, if he's your leading scorer in a series, you might win a series.
The Raptors won that playoffs because it was Kawhi, Siakam, then VanVleet as their offensive guys.
Yeah.
Lowry was on the team, but he's not a scorer. He's more of a true point guard.
Mm-hmm. They were the 2 seed, and they took a team that's won 4 rings. And they also added Jimmy Butler, who's been around the league for a while, to 7 games and put up a fight. And that roster, when you went looking in the season, no one thought they'd probably even fucking make the playoffs. I think they have the best coach in the league. And
yeah, it's hard to argue.
What I like about this is people look at the Suns and they see all this firepower when they had Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, whatever. And they think those are studs. Who's playing the defense there? That's a lot of ball demanding guys right there. Who's playing point guard here? Who's doing this?
Devin Booker was.
Even with the Nets, and the Nets could have worked if they were healthy, but it was still who's playing the defense? Here's doing this. Now this is actually really good, well-coached, complete team around a superstar with Kevin Durant. Yeah. This is the best team he's been on since he left the Warriors.
I think he has 1 or 2 years where he can do this, score like that and be at that physical peak where he's you don't think he's going to start slowing down after probably this upcoming season, maybe 1 more season is what I'm saying. But I think he's built. Those guys are young enough to where they're still able to fly around for 40 minutes, but they're mature enough now, especially the Warriors. If Ime didn't learn a lot from Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and playing in a series against them, that's your own fault.
I think what helps
gives you great experience.
Yeah, I think what helps them a lot too is getting off a Jalen Green and even a Dylan Brooks. Even though Dylan Brooks was good for them in terms of, but he's not that valuable in terms of
if you're gonna get Kevin Durant in return.
If you told me I have to give up Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and I get Kevin Durant on this team, it's yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck are we
and they traded Cam Whitmore, which made sense because there's just no room for him. So I actually, as an organization, I respect them for that. They said they traded him to get him more playing time somewhere else.
Yeah, that's cool.
And everything.
I thought the Suns could have asked for another player from them.
Yeah, I'm completely shocked. So Kevin Durant is 36 entering the season. Let's say he has 3 or 4 more years. How many rings with them would he need to win to really, do you think, people to solidify him?
I think if he wins 1 and he's the final, if he wins a ring and he's the finals MVP,
I'll probably put him top 10.
This
isn't because you don't look at this team and go the Warriors. It was you can almost barely not count those.
Because to me, we could say I feel like we were going to do a show on this, our top at each position, and Kevin Durant to me is right outside the top 10. Just strictly because of those.
He's somewhere
10
to
rings.
20 for me. I don't know how to put
I have
him anywhere.
I have him like between 11 and 15. It's hard to put them.
Like I said on previous shows, I got 9 guys that are for sure in my top 10. I think if KD goes there and just dominates and wins a ring and is the Finals MVP and leads a team that isn't clearly going to make the finals to the finals through the West, then I'd be very impressed and go, maybe he's probably my 10th guy.
Yeah.
The Rockets right now are a team that it's like, you fuck around, they're going to give you a series. But if you're like the Thunder, the Nuggets, even a fully healthy Grizzlies.
So had to have gone through the Warriors and then the Nuggets, or they would have had to gone through the Wolves and then the Thunder just to meet the Pacers. It would have been a tough road.
I didn't see them doing that with that roster. With this roster, I can see.
That's
them
what I'm
doing
saying. Is like if KD takes a team where it's like, well, they took the Warriors to 7, but like after that, they probably would have lost their steam. Maybe would have taken the Wolves to 6, and then they win the finals. It's like, oh man, and they didn't. It's not like they just added KD in terms of like a scorer. Capella and them, it's just good pieces. You need those in the NBA, but he comes over and is the best player, highest average scoring, wins Finals MVP. It's kind of like, because even with Brooklyn, I thought he got screwed in terms of injuries. It wasn't, the Suns was just a bad.
I would say injuries because KD was, I would say, healthy for the most part. Harden's hamstring was just getting destroyed, and then Kyrie was more of the whole vaccine thing.
Right.
Because
but I'm just saying that we never got to see that full.
I'm saying they played 16 games together, right?
And they were like 14-2.
They were 13-3, I think it was,
Like
and they're 5-1 in the playoffs, fully healthy.
Right.
So it's like
that one. It's hard to say because that's like with the Warriors there last year. He tore his Achilles and they lost the finals. I mean, Clay didn't tear his shit till like the last.
Yeah, Clay was last
series.
minute. KD was the only one
like,
of that Warriors team that's the thing is that the Warriors were fully healthy minus KD, which is a big minus against the Raptors. But it's like this is still that Warriors team that won a championship before KD
got here. Yeah, and lost in 7
and lost a 3-1 series. So that's the thing when people say like, well, KD joined this team. It's like, but they could argue that they only got the 2 with him.
No, they did. That's always my argument. Like, he didn't come there and it's like Steph Curry won Finals MVP and you just got 2 rings.
Because the Warriors didn't they win that Finals against the Cavs with Kyrie hurting himself in Game 1 and Kevin Love being out for the whole.
He broke his kneecap, yeah.
And Love got injured by Olynyk, right, in round 1.
So they still went to 6 games and it was Iguodala won the Finals MVP.
Yeah.
It was Curry's first Finals, so I'm not saying that he had to play outstanding, but I'm just saying like, they got KD and it was like, well, okay, they're gonna kill everybody. Like they were. It was talks of that 73-9 record. They could beat that if they all 3 played 80 games, and
which I think they wised up and said we don't need to commit this much to the regular season.
We just need to be healthy and we win the finals.
Last thing I got is Ayton to the Lakers.